service area ni actually it can cover the cash counters, the wrapping counters, the offices, storage areas, teller and repair shops, shipping and receiving areas, washrooms and kitchens. All these spaces yang terlibat sebagai working space and also services space, kita panggil dia sebagai service area. Okay, so normally service spaces ni dia design for maximum efficiency lah and accessible and optimal equipment placement, and they are generally located at the back of the store or area close to the front. For example, macam cashier counter kan, mungkin dia depan, tengah, belakang ke macam mana ke. Okay. Okay, so normally kenapa service area ni dia agak tertutup sikit, because the store owners do not want customer enter private areas, and so it is best to segregate service area to the rear of the store lah. Okay, this is an example for the storage spaces, the cashier counter at the front, the fitting room also considered as a service area, the repair counter, also include in, and then the wrapping counter. These are the services that provided in the retail lah normally. Okay, so saya bagi satu example. For example, kita take a look at the cashier counter. Cashier counter ni dia punya location boleh banyak jenis, banyak tempat. For example, the first example is a front at the rear of the shop lah, at the rear of the shops. So the location of the cashier counter is the rear of the shop. This is the example of the picture. So you can find that the products semua dia display kiri, kanan, tengah, depan semua. Tapi dia punya cashier counter dia dekat belakang. It's easier actually for the staff to look over the shop space. Dia boleh tengok lah semua area sebenarnya. Okay, another location is located at the front of the shop. So when the cashier counter located at the front of the shop, maksudnya apa benda? You kena design cantik sikit lah kalau dia letak kat depan, sebab that is the impression or the images of the shop. Before your customer coming in, kan, dia tengok kalau dia punya cashier counter dia nampak design okay, cantik, dan location dia is sesuai, kan, is suitable. Sometimes it can easily attract the customer to coming in to the shop. Another thing that you need to remember is that whenever you do a retail design, ni adalah sebenarnya design yang kita kena very careful lah, sebab it will involve the ROI of the customer, return of investment. Maksudnya yelah, dia dah invest banyak kan untuk design, untuk kita design dia punya shop, tapi dia shop tu tak boleh nak attract people. Susah jugalah kan. So that's why design ni adalah salah satu weapon for the owners to attract a lots of customers coming into their shop lah. Okay, so another location for the cashier counter is like in the middle of the shop. Kan, so biasa dia is either on the left, on the middle, or on the right. Tapi in middle of the shop spaces lah. Okay, so now we go for a display area. Okay, display area. Okay, actually retail displays are invaluable market tools. Display area ni adalah market tools lah, untuk market dia punya barang, dia punya produk, okay, ataupun services dia macam mana. The arrangement of this display is actually affect customer purchasing decision by making or take a look carefully at the products, and then when the products is look appealing and in considerable demands, nanti customer dia akan cepat je lah, kan. So the way you display your product tu akan mempengaruhi, will influence the consumer decision. Sometimes dia tengok sekejap aja, cantik lah patung ni pakai, baju ni saya macam tertarik lah, terus dia beli. Macam tu ya. So attractive retail display also create a friendly store environment, increase customer traffic by making a retail location into a pleasant place to shop. Okay, so for example, if you look here, tengok ini contoh satu layout lah. Ya, biasanya at the front shop dia ada feature display. Kan? Lepas tu dekat at another one side dia ada feature display juga. And then dia ada merchandise display. Yeah, and then there are also a spaces or a display for a product evaluation surface. Yeah, and then the product evaluation outline macam fitting room lah, apa benda semua tu lah. Yeah, and then they also have a convenient items, yeah, and impulse items, and lastly dia akan purchase. Biasanya impulse item and convenient item dia akan letak dekat area convenience ni lah, cashier counter. Yeah, okay, so kita tengok. So there are a variety of display type. Okay, kita tengok ya. The first one is a single display. Single display ni is a retail display using a considerable quantity of individual item singles to customer that is a popular product and that the store needs to keep a substantial amount of it on hand. Ya, biasanya single display ni dia akan display satu barang semua spesifik. Kalau kasut-kasut aja, kalau bag-bag aja. Dia akan letak satu dekat situ. That's what we call a single display. And another one is a window display ataupun feature display. Window display or feature display ni maksudnya dia displaying items for sales or otherwise designed to attract customers to the store. Yeah, it's either for sales or for a new product. Kan you nak buat feature display. So new product coming in. So you arrange the feature display dekat dalam shop dia. So it will attract customers to come in lah, especially on the window display. Okay, so another display is that awak tak keluar ni. Okay, merchandise ataupun multi-product display. Merchandise or multi-product display is actually a retail display out of different products that as customer might buy together. Yes, for example, contoh macam displaying gardening books, tapi dekat area tu at the same time ada pelbagai juga products yang berkaitan dengan gardening. Okay, so the last display type is a thematic retail display. Thematic retail display normally to create a mood lah that can nudge a customer towards buying a product. For example, maybe building a display depicting a beach with sands and umbrella in order to sell a bathing suit. Kan, nanti saya akan tunjuk contoh. Okay, ini contoh single display. Okay, single display, tengok ada bag. Okay, jual bag saja. Ya, ni kasut, dia semua kasut. And then dia jual apa? Lego punya figure. Semua Lego punya figure. Cara dia display is a single display. Okay, and then we have a window or we call it as a feature display. Ni biasa window display, biasa located at the front of the shop lah. Front of the shop like clothing, like jewelry, but inside the shop also you can provide a feature display. Feature display ni for example for a new products atau for a sale products ke apa benda ke lah. Alright, so for in this case you tengok take a look at this picture where they have a collection of bags. Kan? Dekat feature display dia. Okay, so this is an example of a multi-product display. You tengok dalam satu kawasan tu dia ada pelbagai-bagai produk. Ya, contoh macam ni, gambar yang ini dia ada apa? Ini barang-barang dalam rumah lah. Ada pasu, ada pokok, ada bantal. Ni macam untuk leisure area dekat dalam rumah. Kan? Okay, so yang ini dia stationery. Stationery is not only jual books ke apa benda ke. Dia ada macam-macam pencil lah, color lah, apalah semua at the same area. So this is what we call a multi-product display. And the last thing is a thematic retail display. Thematic retail display ni sebenarnya dia akan mengikut tema. Contoh kan, orang ni sebenarnya nak jual suits, nak jual pinggan mangkuk, nak jual tablecloth apa semua, tapi dia create satu theme. Contoh macam ni Valentine kan, Valentine theme, so that people during the Valentine season nanti orang akan tertarik jugalah untuk beli benda ni selain daripada beli coklat saja. Yeah, another example is for example Halloween kan, dia buat display, thematic display apa semua untuk orang belilah. This actually is a product display ni semua untuk dijual lah kan. Tapi bila dia create the theme, orang tengok cantik lah, then at the same time orang akan belilah. Sama lah macam kita hari raya kan, hari raya orang buat lah display hari raya nampak cute-cute sikit, nanti letaklah kuih raya kat sini tingkat-tingkat apa semua, nanti orang belilah. Sama juga macam if you go into mana kawasan outdoor shop ke apa benda ke, contoh at one section dia buat apa camping site punya barang. So dia jual lah, letaklah dekat meja tu bag untuk pergi camping, tools and equipment untuk pergi camping kan, dia punya peralatan cookware untuk pergi camping, macam mana untuk di at one spaces. So that's what we call a thematic retail display. Okay, so selain daripada display punya type, you kena juga faham, you need to understand the display feature types. Yeah, display feature type is a very crucial parts lah you need to understand, because first you have to study the products, and then you have to study how to display the product in the shop. Okay, so display feature is actually can be categorized into two types. The first one is normally a horizontal display features, and then another ones we call it as a vertical display features. So under the horizontal display features, you can find there are cash counter type, there are service type of display, there are storage counter type of display, the step counter, the table, the single hang rod, and also they have a pedestal. Yeah, for a vertical display feature, they have a shelving gondola, they have a wall features, and also they have a double hang rod features. So please take a look at this one. Yeah, this is a type of the display feature that you are going to apply into your punya project. Okay, ini contoh untuk wall hanging punya lah. Ya, untuk belts tu macam mana dia buat. Tepi tu dia ada mirror, dia ada sunglasses, and then kat tengah ni dia buatlah belts punya punya display. Okay, ini dekat wall lah. Ni dekat wall punya. Okay, dia ada RTW. And then dia ada sunglasses. Macam mana nak display sunglasses? So dia gunakan macam mana? And then there are also planners. Macam mana dia nak display planners? Planners tu macam diary lah. Diary. Macam mana dia punya wall display dia? Okay. So ini contoh. So tengok dalam Puma Store ni, there are variety type, there are various type of display features. Dia ada table, dia ada pedestal, dia ada rack kan. So identify based on the horizontal and vertical punya display features. Okay, so ini Puma Store. Okay, so ini temporary shop. Kita tengok jenis-jenis dia punya display macam mana. Ya, mini pop-up store dekat London. Macam mana dia display the bags. Ya, so in this case, you tengok tak ada kereta tu. Kereta tu macam feature display lah. Okay. Okay, so ini is a jeans punya shop. So, macam mana cara dia display the jeans? Okay, so the topic 4 will explain. I'm going to explain about the retail interior atmosphere. It's actually benda yang paling susah sekali nak buat. After you study the retail products, then you decide on the display macam mana nak buat macam mana, and then you akan kena study nak buat dia punya circulation, then you study buat dia punya layout plan yang macam mana, and then the hardest part is how you are going to create the interior atmosphere sebenarnya. Okay, so the atmosphere and thematic of the space must be created through shop front. Ya, dia boleh tak keluar pula perkataan tu. Dia boleh diinspirasikan melalui shop fronts, the color scheme, the lightings and materials. Baru boleh hidup you punya shop tu sebenarnya. Okay, these design elements will cohesively have the greatest impacts on the consumer and thus the level of productivity that could be achieved. Yeah, there are 4 elements, which is the first one is shop front, the color scheme, the materials and the lighting. So kita pergi kepada shop front dulu. Shop front ni lah paling susah sekali because shop front is the first elements of design that could attracting the customer. Yeah, this can be accomplished by means of advertising, yeah, prices, show window display, or new or remodeled quarters, which occupy much of the merchant efforts. Of these, storefronts and display window are important to store design. Tengok, daripada jauh je dah nampak betapa hebatnya fasad sesuatu kedai ataupun dia punya shop front. Then it can attract the customer to coming into the shop. Okay, so inducing the entrance, biasanya kita akan tengok dari segi dia punya fasad design and also the signage lah. Biasanya fasad design ni dia akan include a show window. Yeah, show window in addition to attract the passers-by lah. Okay, and should induce them to enter the store. The show window may be opened up to display the shop interior or close in, or give privacy to customer within. And then the door location requires study in relation to pedestrian flow, grades of sidewalks, and store floors and interior layouts of the shop. Okay, so ini adalah contoh-contoh dia lah. Biasanya untuk entrance and facade design, dia akan express dari segi graphic communication. Ya, dari segi fascia signage, macam mana dia nak project the signage, ya, the window details, the lifestyle graphic as part of the window displays, and then dia akan tunjuk juga dari segi materials, from which the new shop front is constructed, and how the existing shop front can be adapted to meet with the design requirement. And the merchandise in the window and the brand message that is conveyed by the window display and the position of the entrance door and how this will be managed. So tengoklah macam mana cara dia menggunakan keseluruhan elemen-elemen untuk fasad dan juga entrance. Okay, ini contoh contoh nampak ya macam mana cara dia. Okey, contoh yang kedua ni gambar dia pasal apa? Pasal gula je, dia jual gula je. So macam mana dia nak attract customer to coming in. Tengok dia punya entrance saja pun dah macam she's so yummy macam tu kan. So attract orang untuk masuk lah. Okay, so these are the pelbagai contoh. Sometimes kalau ada setengah tu dia tak perlu pun buat fasad dia simple sahaja, tapi dia boleh tunjuk keseluruhan dalam dalam kedai tu as one of the attraction juga. So bila dia buat fasad simple, orang boleh nampak dalam itu pun salah satu dia punya method to attract people, to attract the consumer to coming in. Alright. Okay, so another part of the shop front is a signage. Signage very crucial. Yes, signage is an important element of the entrance used to navigate customers to a correct departments or to clearly signpost shop amenities. Lifestyle graphics are also featured in the windows and entrance for brand enhancement. The entrance is a key main area for featuring new in-store merchandise. Okay, cuba tengok. Ada signage yang agak simple, ada signage yang very creative kan. Tengoklah. Okay, these are the example of signage. Dia ada banyak type lah. So for example, signage of window decals. Tengok macam mana Adidas buat. Daripada luar terus masuk ke dalam. Dia punya signage. Dia ada yang menggunakan fascia sign. Ni jenis-jenis signage lah. Fascia sign. Ada yang menggunakan illuminated box. Mana tak nampak illuminated box ni. And then dia ada pakai yang painted logo. Painted logo dekat glasses. And ada yang guna fret cut logo. Ada yang guna fascia illuminated logo. Ni fascia illuminated logo. Maksudnya dia terkeluar lah sikit dia punya alphabet tu. Dia punya huruf tu. And then dia bagi lampu lah LED light kat belakang tu ke. Untuk bagi dia nampak illuminated. Okay, another things is the color. Color juga memain peranan sebenarnya. Color is also important to consider. So it must not overpower or clash against the merchandise, but rather create a complementary background of the merchandise. Biasanya as merchandise change seasonally, the interior colors should not be trend base but rather have timeless appeal, like neutral base color. Yelah, you bukannya selalu pun nak tukar color-color background dalam you punya interior kan. So please make sure that setiap kali kita apply the color scheme into the interior, make sure that the color is neutral, dia boleh adapt dengan pelbagai produk. Maksudnya dia tak adalah overshadow the product displayed in the shop. So maksudnya the product can stand alone. So in this case, if you look into the picture, dia guna white and dia nak emphasiskan guna red color. Dia guna dua color saja. Tapi take a look at dia punya produk. Produk dia tu nampak appealing lah kan, sebab dia produk dia kebanyakannya color-color yang gelap. Ya, grey, white, earth color, striking, yang color selain daripada merah. Walaupun ada yang merah tapi dia tak overshadow lah by the interior lah. Right? Okay, so kita tengok dari segi material, penggunaan material in the retail ni actually dia another thing is you kena concern about the maintenance jugalah. So please make sure that you are using the material that easy to maintain. Ya, sebab you nak pakai bukannya sekejap, bukannya nak setiap kali tukar, tidak. Maksudnya kita akan pakai untuk tempoh yang agak lama. So please make sure that the material pakai tu dia material yang heavy duty, easy to maintain, and also at the same time aesthetically dia very pleasing. Sedap mata memandang. Ya, macam itulah. Alright, so retail spaces are high traffic areas and those exposed to a lot of wear means that the possible finishes of the material should be durables. And then the warmth of a material will make the space more inviting, and then the floor that is firm and somewhat buoyant will be more comfortable for the customer to walk in, and thus will allow them to take longer when exploring the store. So kau janganlah letak material yang agak menyusahkan orang. So please make sure that material is aesthetically cantik, easy to maintain, dan not as a disturbance to the customer lah yang coming into the shop. Okay. So the last thing for the interior atmosphere is that about the lighting. So actually, if you are not playing with the color scheme yang ataupun mungkin the finishing lah on the colors on the interior, menggunakan color-color yang you can play as well with the lighting, because the lighting can give you a dramatic impact towards the interior punya atmosphere. Okay. So the lighting needs to be functional lah, but also complement the merchandise as well as emphasize the key points throughout the store. The lighting should be layered and of a variety of intensities and pictures. So those are the things yang keperluan-keperluan yang you need to consider semasa design the retails. So I'm going to show you the example lah. So these are the designer inspiration for the interior of retail. You tengok all the components. Yeah, the color scheme, the lighting, the materials, the shop fronts. Tadi saya dah tunjuk, so I'm not going to show you it again. And then just look at the interior punya lah. Okay, tengok dari segi dia punya spatial organization macam mana. Tengok dari segi dia punya product displays and fixtures. And then the color scheme, the lighting, semua tu you kena ambil kira. That is a detail for, that is a design elements for the retail design. Okay, so this is another example. Kita tengok, sebab you all tak ada buat site in academic trip. So please take a look at the picture tu dengan cara berfikir, bukan setakat tengok, oh cantiknya. Macam tu, oh cantik lah, very pleasing lah this picture. Tak, jangan buat macam tu. So every time you look at the picture, please take a look carefully. Contoh macam ni kita buat projek retail kan. Tengok secara detail dekat dia punya display produk. Macam mana cara dia buat display tu? Macam mana dia nak buat display features for the products. And then what is the color scheme they use? And then what is the material yang dia pakai? What is the lighting type yang dia pakai untuk nampak product tu appealing. Macam tu tau. Jangan setakat tengok, oh cantik lah, nak tiru lah. Tapi bila you tengok, oh cantik lah display ni, nak tiru lah. Tapi sebenarnya dia tak functional pun untuk produk you. So please make sure that the display yang you choose and then you design is very functional to the product. At the same time, customer punya ergonomic tu pun dia senang nak ambil barang. Senang nak ambil barang, senang nak belik, senang nak apa. Ya, jangan tengok dari segi estetik sahaja. You kena consider a lot of things. Okay? Okay, so seterusnya ni. Okay, this is another designer inspiration. Yeah, for the retail of clothing lah. Clothing retail. And then ini apa? Kasut kan? Kasut and bags. Yeah. Macam mana cara dia display, customer macam mana dia nak explore, nampak? Explore the kedai. So you can see at the middle of the shop, there has a seating. The seating ke apa? I think that is a seating lah. Seating for the orang untuk duduk. And then they can try kasut. Okay, so you need to consider also the behavior of the consumer masa browsing all the products. Macam mana? Alright. So this is another example of designer inspiration. It's not only function as a yang ni kita nampak bulat-bulat ni mungkin it function as a wall partition, tapi at the same time mungkin lubang yang besar tu boleh display produk ke apa benda ke kan. Okay. So okay, here is another designer inspiration as well. Tengok dia bertemakan apa. Dia jual barang-barang untuk hiking. If you take a look carefully at the clothing tu dengan kasut yang dia display tu, sebenarnya dia apa? Dia untuk hiking punya baju kan, ataupun mungkin apa benda yang agak casual punya baju lah, tapi dia ambil konsep apa? Konsep forest. This is what we call as a biophilic design jugalah, tapi bukan dalam bentuk nature yang senaturenya. Dia ambil metafora saja. Macam tu. Okay, this is also another designer inspiration. Take a look carefully at the display features, the circulation, the layout, okay, and tengok service area dia kat mana. Tengok color scheme macam mana, tengok lighting dia macam mana, fixture display dia macam mana, feature display dia macam mana. Okay, tengok barang produk-produk yang dia jual. Okay. Okay, this is another thing for designer inspirations, another picture. And tengok dia punya color scheme. Adakah dia punya color scheme overshadow the products? Tak kan. Orang still boleh tengok lagi produk tu. Okay, same like this. Ini lampu memain peranan ya. Lampu memain peranan macam mana nak appeal the products kan. Nampak kan produk-produk yang dia buat display feature tu, feature display tu nampak terang dan jelas. Ya, produk tidak berada dalam keadaan gelap. So, lighting effect juga playing an important role ya dalam design. Okay, so take a look at the finishing material yang dia pakai. Rasa-rasa material apa tu tepi tu? Okay, cuba fikir. Kan? Tapi dia punya display method dia macam mana? Kan? Still masih lagi functional to the consumer kan? To the user. Ya, masih lagi dari segi ergonomically sesuai untuk customer. Okay? Tengok ni. Ini dia main konsep apa? Dia berkonsep tapi display feature dia masih functional. Tengok dia punya color scheme, tengok dia punya lighting macam mana. Tengok ya, designer inspiration. Okay, tengok dia punya circulation. Ya, tengok dia punya keperluan requirements yang disediakan. Semuanya functional. Okay. Okay, this is another designer inspiration for the shop front. Ya, Swarovski. Cuba tengok. Kalau tengok dia punya signage tu pun kita dah boleh membayangkan dia sangat-sangat represent the image of Swarovski. Okay. Okay, that's all for my presentation, my lecture about the retail design. Itu sahaja, kita jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum.